What does it mean to close this park? Okay.
No one really knows what this whole process looks like, and I know that state parks staff and management are meeting on a regular basis to try to figure this out, because this has never happened in the history of state park.
I've talked to different sector and district supervisors all over the state, and they all agree with me that park closure means the public will not be allowed in this park.
No matter what you do in terms of laws or fences or signs or whatever, people are still going to disobey them, and so I think our response time is going to be, increased.
People are parking there and climbing across the fence and camping anyway, so.
A number of people have said, should I even care? I mean, obviously I can manage to get down to the lake. It's a big lake. There's got to be somewhere I can get to.
Are we going to tell people they can't go on the trails, or are we just going to tell them that, okay, you go out there at your own risk, but don't expect there to be any services, right, and behave yourself,
In a place like Mono Lake that is, huge, there's 60 square miles just of the surface of the lake, there's just no way to keep people out. I mean, if you close the gate, people walk around it. And I think it's super critical to not send the message to the public that, you can do whatever you want at Mono Lake and there's nobody taking care of the place.
It's very unlikely there'll be some barbed wire fence, physically prevent people from getting there. The number one thing you lose with a closure is you lose the state park personnel and resources. And even though we only have, about 10% of one ranger working here, the difference between 10% and 0 is huge.
If people knew that there was no presence here preserving these amazing formations, what would that mean to them? How many people would want to take a piece home with them?
The gate's been closed, but this park is still penetrable. And indeed, when we are closed, and the times we have been closed for extended periods, there has been increased vandalism.
If things were left to themselves, all these rocks would be covered with graffiti. All these buildings would be vandalized.
This park has already been plagued by 5 different pot growing operations, incredibly destructive to the natural resources, to the streams, to habitat, to fish.
And so while you lock out the people that are here to try to learn about California history and get the whole experience of a historic park, you don't lock out the people that shouldn't be here.
We've already cleaned out 2 homeless camps in the last year in our park. There will be more. That means these people will be bringing fire with them into the park.
If a fire should start in the wrong place in Osta Creek that was really difficult to get to, it could travel all the way to the coast.
You got your knuckleheads coming in here to party. You got your fires. You got graffiti. I mean, it would turn into a neighborhood blight. And then someone would say, somebody's got to do something about this.
When you look at that list, you also see things that are just inherently the job, the expertise, or the authority of state park, law enforcement, issuing permits, overseeing contracts. In this case, we're talking about public lands in the state of California. I think that's the part that the park agency still needs to be able to pick up.
Connecting people with this place, I think, is really important. And a lot of people, thousands and thousands of people over the years, have let me know in their own way that this is an extremely important place for them. It's like their spiritual home. Just knowing that it's here, it's being protected, it exists, and that there is a staff in place to help protect it.